you're trying to become a data analyst, you've probably noticed there's a mountain of advice out there. And let's be honest, a lot of it is just plain wrong. Today, we're cutting through all that noise. We're going to build a clear, honest roadmap that focuses on what actually works, so you can stop guessing and start building your career for real.
You know, with so much information out there, it is so easy to fall into these traps that can waste months, maybe even years of your time. You end up chasing myths instead of actually building real, valuable skills. So think of this explainer as your guide. We're here to give you those key insights from successful analysts that will save you from all that frustration.
All right, let's dive right in and start with the big ones, the foundational myths that stop most people before they even get a chance to get started. I'm telling you, getting these right from day one is the difference between making real progress and just spinning your wheels.
Okay, this is a really crucial distinction. Look, free tutorials are fantastic for learning a specific command, the how. But a really good, structured course, that teaches you the logic. It teaches you the why. You're not just learning how to type a command to join two tables. You're understanding why that's the right move for this particular analysis. It builds that solid foundation so that tutorials become a helpful supplement, not your entire strategy.
This is a huge one. When you see a job posting that says 0 experience required, it does not mean you can just show up with a certificate and nothing else. What it really means is they don't expect you to have a previous paid job in that role. They absolutely 100% expect you to have created your own experience through a powerful portfolio of projects you've built yourself.
So what does a strong portfolio actually look like? Well, to give you some perspective, one analyst we studied had built 15 personal projects. 15. And get this, that was before she even landed her first internship. That's the kind of dedication that screams to recruiters, hey, I'm not just interested, I've already been doing the work.
Another myth that's just everywhere is that the job is all about making pretty, flashy dashboards. The reality is, well, it's a lot more diverse than that. A huge chunk of your time is going to be spent cleaning up messy data, writing SQL queries, and collaborating with your team in meetings. The dashboard? That's just the final product, and it's probably only about 30% of the actual job.
Oh man, this is a critical mistake I see people make all the time. You could have the most incredible, mind-blowing portfolio in the world, but if your resume doesn't pass that initial 10-second scan, no one will ever even click the link to see it. Your resume isn't just a piece of paper, it's the key that unlocks the door. It gets you into the room where you can then show off all that hard work. Okay, so you've busted the myths, you've put in the work, and you landed the job. That's a huge win. But now, how do you go from being just another analyst to being the one they absolutely can't live without? Well, the next step is mastering the skills that courses rarely, if ever, teach you.
These right here are the 4 secrets that separate the top performers from everybody else. And notice, it's not about knowing more tools or more software, it's about mastering these core mindsets. Let's dig into each one.
You know, anyone can learn to run a query. A great analyst, on the other hand, starts by asking, what business decision are we actually trying to make here? They get to the heart of the problem first, and then they pick the right tool for the job. They solve problems, they don't just follow instructions.
This is the golden rule of data. Seriously, accuracy is everything. One analyst recalled spending 3 entire days just perfecting the spacing and alignment on an 8-page dashboard. And why? Because every tiny detail matters. Even a misplaced colon in a title can get called out by a client, and it can undermine the trust in your entire analysis.
Let's be clear, data analytics is a team sport. You'll be working side by side with data engineers, business stakeholders, other analysts. Being a great collaborator, someone people trust and genuinely enjoy working with, is a massive career accelerator. It means people will want to bring you into the more important and interesting projects.
Great communication isn't about having a perfect accent or using a huge vocabulary. It's really about being able to clearly explain what you did, why you did it, and most importantly, what it means for the business. That's the so what. If you can't translate your findings into a clear action plan, then the analysis itself is basically useless.
Now let's address the elephant in the room, the future. With AI and automation changing everything at lightning speed, is data analytics still a smart career choice for the long term?
This is the question on everyone's mind, isn't it? And the short answer is no. But the long answer? That's where it gets really interesting. Let's actually look at the data.
Far from shrinking, the demand for data professionals is projected to grow by a staggering 23% by 2032. So while other fields are being disrupted by automation, companies are actually doubling down on data. They're realizing its value is only going to increase.
So how is AI actually being used by the pros who are already in the field? Well, a massive 70% use it as a tool to automate the boring, repetitive tasks. This frees them up to focus on the high-value work, the critical thinking, the strategy, the communication. The people who fear job loss are likely the ones who aren't adapting and using AI as a partner.
And here's maybe the best part. A data analyst role isn't a dead end. Not at all. It's a launch pad. With this foundation, you can pivot into all these other amazing, specialized roles like product analyst, data scientist, or ML engineer. And you won't be starting from scratch. You'll be stepping into those roles as an experienced professional.
So we've busted the myths, we've uncovered the secrets of top performers, and we've looked into the future. Now let's put it all together into one simple, actionable plan for you.
Here it is. This is your action plan. For your learning, prioritize a structured course that teaches the why. For experience, commit to building a deep portfolio of personal projects. For your skills, focus on mastering those so-called non-teachable habits of problem-solving and communication. And for the future, view AI as your co-pilot and commit to always, always be learning. This is the path.
The roadmap is now clear. The myths have been busted, and the real secrets are out in the open. All that's left for you to decide, what's your first step going to be?